Okay, so how you going, guys? Just a little warning before we go on. This episode is rated OP for overpowered because we're making a lot of strong weapons and doing some OP stuff like killing withers really easily. So yeah, we'll get started. The first thing, whoa, holy crap! Um, yeah, I got a Sujin sash on. I didn't expect myself to jump up like that. Um, so first things first, we're going to try to summon some withers today to make a beacon, which will be used in our summoning ritual for the pseudo inversion sigil. But first, we need to make some cleavers. Now, there's two types of cleavers we'll be making. One of them is going to be a beheading cleaver, that's to get the wither skeleton skull heads. And the second one is an OP sword that just has ridiculous amounts of damage. Now, both of these swords, you may have seen in other YouTubers or other places on the net, how to make really good Tinker's Construct weapons and tools. Basically, you start off with magical wood, and you craft those items first. So we do this, we get magical wood, which is made from enchanted books and I think it's gold and bookshelves. Sorry, just dozed off there for a second. And once you have that, you can make magical wood, which once you make a full tier weapon, or like a weapon fully out of it, it gives you 8 modifier slots, which is really, really good and really powerful. So we'll make cleavers because they have beheading damage. So we can hit the skeletons and get maximum amount of beheading. So we'll do this like that. And then we'll go and make the tough tool rod bindings. Make 4 of them. And then we'll just check to make sure we have the other stuff too, which is a plate, large plate as well. So I'll make 2 large plates as well, like so. And then once we've got those, we chuck them in here, like so. Put them in there like that. And then we make our magical wooden cleavers. Now, you'll notice they have 8 modifiers. We're going to do some extra stuff to them as well. So, the first cleaver we're going to make is going to be a beheading cleaver. Now, to get beheading, what we have to do is get Enderium first. You don't have to do it in any particular order, but we're going to get Enderium items and transform the cleavers into Enderium cleavers, and then we're going to modify them further. So I'll just chuck this stuff down. We'll left click on the Enderium in the big smelter we have, and we'll put these pieces down like this, and then we'll just grab all the stuff we need. Now, Enderium's pretty pricey to make if you're just starting off. I found the hardest part about it was making, I think it was, or finding the shiny ore, because it's pretty rare. But once you've done this part, hang on, why have you stopped? Oh, just glitching out here a bit. Huh, what's happening? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's done. What's happened to these guys? Okay, he's filling up now. And this guy's filling up, hopefully. It's a bit weird. So I got that, and we got that, and we'll just make another one of these. But all we do is we get the cleaver, well, both of the cleavers, because we're making 2 different ones, and we chuck on the pieces. Because these started off as magical wooden cleavers, they already have 8 modifiers remaining on them, which is very important. And they retain those 8 modifiers when you replace parts. And you can do this very early game or like straight from the get-go, which like we are doing now, to get very powerful cleavers for the next stage of the tutorial. Alright, so I'll just chuck all the parts on. Now, this has... If you want to chuck parts in different areas, you have to chuck them in the certain boxes in the GUI, or General User Interface, like so, because it won't go on there. It won't go on this one, but it'll go on the other one, like that. And then we just chuck on the large plate like that. Now we have an Enderium cleaver with 8 modifiers, and we'll just do the other one as well, because I don't want to have to go back to doing the other stuff. I know we need another one of these. And we've used up a lot of Enderium. Yep, so I'll just do this again. Huh, that's weird. So I'll do that, and then chuck on that plate. And then chuck on that large tool rod. And the other one. Now we've got our 2 Enderium cleavers. So the next part is we upgrade them, give them extra modifiers. So I'll chuck them back in again. To give the first modifier, so you can give 3 different kinds of modifiers. The first one's diamond and a gold block. So this will add an extra modifier, so we can modify the weapon even further. And then the second one is, I think it's a golden apple and a diamond block for the second modifier. And then the third modifier is just a nether star, but it's very costly. Once that's done, then we're not going to put the other 2 modifiers on because we don't really need them for these weapons yet. We can put them on later, but the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the beheading cleaver. Now this cleaver is going to be very special because we're going to give it 100% beheading. It literally every time it hits with a skeleton, it'll drop a wither skeleton skull. So what we do is chuck it in like here, and that gives it beheading 1, which means it has chance to behead 30%. So we chuck it in like that, and we keep on doing this until it gets to beheading 7, I think it is. So that's beheading 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, I'm sorry. Beheading 8, because it starts off with beheading as 20%, not 30%. And then that's beheading 100%, and this one's 100%. So yeah, that's pretty good. This does need 2 modifiers, so we're not going to upgrade it yet. We do need to get another nether star, but for now that's pretty sweet. So that's that sword. Now the second one's pretty straightforward. Actually, no, I'll just go straight for it. This sword's pretty easy. All we have to do is just chuck on a ton of quartz. And this might take a while, so I might chuck it into a crafting station because you can actually surround it even further. Like so. Yeah, so Enderium Cleaver, it's already got 21 attack damage, and we've still got 7 modifiers remaining, which is really awesome. Now, there's also some other modifiers you can get for this as well. Because of the glider tweaks installed in the mod pack, the thing that happens is these weapons level up, and they get even more modifiers. So you're not only getting the modifiers that you can get from diamond and gold blocks and nether stars and the other items, but you're also getting it from, I think it's, what's it called? You also get it from just leveling up the item, which is really, really good. And I don't know why it's not making the sound there. I think it has to wait for the world to load up somehow. So let's see the attack damage now. It's 36. Pretty powerful. That's pretty good. Well, we're going to push it up even further. Yeah, I'm not too good with the button clicking today. Sorry for this, guys. So there's other kinds of weapons we could make too. There's also an Enderium Scythe that we could do, but I may show that in a later episode because there's special ways to make them really, really strong. It's got one more modifier, almost done, and then we can move on to the next part. Let's see, almost there. So, that's the cleaver done. It's got 51 attack damage now. That's a super strong cleaver. The other cleaver that we're going to use, we'll just use it as it is now, but I do want to add that resonant flux capacitor sometime. Actually, I might just... I think I've got an apple here. I think it's a... let's see... Yeah, we'll make it now, because I don't want to damage this weapon too much. Alright, so I've got that. And then we need diamond, which we don't have. Hang on. No, we can't do it now. We'll do it later. Doesn't matter. What we're going to do now is we're going to head to the nether and we're going to kill some withers. Now, special trick, if you've seen last episode, I basically got the skeleton spawner and creeper spawner, but now I'm going to use the skeleton spawner in the nether. And when you use it in the nether, it produces withers, because withers come from the nether. Wither skeletons come from the nether, normal skeletons come from the overworld. Pretty straightforward thinking. What we're going to do now is we're going to use this 100% beheading Enderium cleaver to grab some wither skeleton skulls. Yeah. And then when we get back, I'm going to show you how to do some other stuff. So a neat thing that a friend of mine showed me to do over the times we played Minecraft, Evan. Credit goes directly to Evan for this. Set up a 5x5 hole in the nether like this, and then dig down 3 layers or 3 levels, so 5x5x3, and then chuck your spawner in like so. Turn it on, and then just sit here. And if you have something like a magnet, I've got the Britannia magnet here right now. It's pretty easy to use. You just sit back and wait for it to spawn skeletons. Oh, hang on, I'll have to turn. Where are we? I have to let it power up because I applied a redstone signal which is turning off the tesseract, so I'm turning off its redstone ability. But all we do is we just sit here and wait for the skeletons to spawn. And then these guys are pretty easy to kill. That didn't give me a skull for some reason. Maybe the beheading chance isn't working. Oh no, it's working. Sometimes it doesn't have enough of a chance yet. It is chance to behead though, so that's a bit interesting. Oh, we'll see later. So I'll just chuck those down here. and we'll just wait here for a moment. I only do it so we have to kill. Oh no, we might do 3 or 4 sets. So we need like 12 skeletons. But I've seen a lot of ways people have done it. I've done different ways in the past as well, where you get an auto spawner. They work pretty well, but they do need a bit of setting up, just like I showed you with the creeper one. And sometimes, like, for different uses, like I know people like using nether star generators, you want a pretty fast setup for getting with the skeleton skulls. And sometimes you can get skeletons like these as well, which is pretty annoying. So I just stand here like that. Yeah. So we'll just wait a little bit longer. I might actually just only do one with a with a boss. It should be spawning any time. Just need one more wither head, and we should be good to go. Any time now. Here we go. Aw, that sucked. Didn't get any. Let's go again. Yep, okay, so we've got our 3 wither skeleton skulls. We'll head back now. So yeah, I've got my little lava generator still there. I put my name on it just so people understand that it's not theirs. It's only used for quartermaster stuff. We'll go back to Artist Tanneray. And we'll get on with the next part. So we'll just chuck this stuff back in here. We'll grab these reinforced obsidian witherproof blocks and some sand like so. And we'll switch our sword out to the OP version. And we'll get on with the next part. Now for this next part, we're going to go a bit further out away from the base because we don't trust ourselves to make a proper setup yet. And I say that because I am going to show you guys an automated version of this in the future, one of the future episodes, but for basic setups this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep it out of the way. All we do is we get this witherproof or reinforced obsidian. Basically it's witherproof, so withers can't escape from it, and we just place it down in a special fashion. So I'll place it down like this. So we'll make a 5x3 platform, like so, and then we'll make it the size of the wither. No. Wait. Yeah, we need more. Oh no. I'll chuck down some more here. Some more there. We'll probably take out some of the corners because it doesn't have to be that robust. And then all we do is we place a little incision there. Yeah, the bottom layer is not too important. We'll chuck this up here. And then over here is where we'll put this layer. And all we do is we chuck in soul sand like so. And then soul sand down the bottom. And put the wither skulls in like that. And then run away. And hopefully nothing really bad happens. If something does, we're gonna have a fun episode. So I'll stand back a bit more. Actually, I'll stand way further back. And this guy's mad. And he's destroying himself, which is really weird. Sorry, I have to turn that down to 1%. And all we do is we creep up with our super OP sword. And we smash him a couple of times. And we get our items. So a nether star, a division sigil, and a miniature yellow heart. And that's about it for this part of the episode. So not much else we have to do. So it's pretty easy setup. You just make a little enclosed space here. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure if the chance of beheading worked properly, but it does increase it a fair amount, because I think I'd be there for 3 times longer waiting for those wither skulls to drop from the wither skeletons. And that's about it. Yeah, the only other thing that we have to do is talk about upgrading other weapons. So if you wanted to make the sword rechargeable, we just have to add the golden apple and diamond block, but unfortunately we don't have any diamond blocks right now. I kind of ran out of them, but we'll have them sometime in the future. Oh no, wait, I remember now. I think we got diamond here. Here we go, yeah, that's good. Alright, awesome. So chuck some of that in. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so we get that like so. And then we just get the golden apple and they block like that. And then we get the enduring cleaver and it gets 2 modifier slots. And then we get the resonant flux capacitor and it gives it a ridiculous amount of energy. And then that's done. Yeah, so thank you for watching this episode. I hope you gather a great understanding of how to easily defeat a wither boss and make components and weapons and tools to harness the production of nether stars and hearts and maybe division sigils if you want to. And yeah, I think that's about it. So see you soon.